Keith, I have a question for you. Good
Yeah.
lenders like you provide buyers with a closing cost estimate. And part of that closing cost estimate is the way it's broken down, which can be somewhat confusing sometimes because there's a difference between prepaid expenses and closing cost.
Yeah.
So can we talk about the difference between prepaids and closing costs and how that all comes together at the end?
Yeah, absolutely. So I think oftentimes the two just kind of get thrown and kind of lumped together as far as closing costs. And then sometimes when you share with folks that closing costs might be 2% of the sales price, which in a lot of cases is quite common. 2% of the sales price on, let's say, a $500,000 home, around $10,000 between the two is oftentimes for most folks pretty common.
Right.
And that seems like quite of a large number. I mean, closing costs $10,000. So that's really where we have to break it down and see what's involved in that. And usually about half is the actual quote unquote cost, like title, escrow, really just like one-time transaction fees to close the loan, get title on the property.
Right. Those would be the non-recurring closing costs.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. And then your recurring costs or the prepaid expenses.
Right.
Those are things like interest, homeowners insurance, property tax, expenses that will come up either on a monthly or an annual basis.
Exactly. And so those expenses apply to every loan, right, that you originate?
Yeah, for the most part, when taking out financing, you're going to have some prepaid interest at the time of closing.
Right.
You're going to be required by most lenders out there to take on homeowners insurance. And if you can find a way to avoid property tax, let me know.
Call us. Let us know. Also, no on Prop 13.
Yes.
Yes.
Good
no
flag.
on. Yes.
Good flag.
So okay, there you go. There's the difference. You have your non-recurring closing costs and then your recurring closing costs, and that's the difference between prepaid expenses and closing costs. And then at the end, they come together to be your full closing cost, and then all you have to bring in after that is the down payment amount if you are getting a loan that requires a down payment.
Yeah, and let's keep in mind that there's several ways that the cost and the prepaid expenses can be paid for.
Oh, for sure. Seller credit, lender credit, and other grants or programs.
Yep, there are assistant products out there, and then yourself as a buyer. So depending on the situation, we see kind of what makes sense, perhaps what that seller is going to accept. But yeah, there's several options when it comes to the cost and prepaid expense above beyond the down payment. Awesome.
Well, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I hope it's provided you some valuable information, and I'll be around all weekend. Feel free to reach out to me with your real estate questions, 661-904-8471.
Mortgage questions, 818-521-8515.
It was fun going live again. See you guys later.
Take care.
Bye.
How do we turn that bad boy off?